Welcome to today's video on Microsoft Teams and how you can use it for tutorials and meetings with your students. My name is Alan and I'm part of the Learning Innovation and Digital Engagement team. And today we'll be looking at three different topics. We'll be looking at how you can use Microsoft Teams to create a virtual room for your office hours. We'll also look at how you can create breakout groups. And lastly, we'll look at Teams integration with Blackboard. Okay, so let's have a look at how you can create your virtual room in Teams and use it as your office hours. So first up, we'll need to make sure we're in the calendar view in Teams. So the calendar is found on the left-hand side. This will display your calendar, and this will show appointments that you have in Outlook and also in Microsoft Teams. There are two ways of creating a meeting in Teams. You've got the New Meeting and Meet Now buttons. However, there's a really important point I would like to emphasize when using the New Meeting button and searching for a student. A number of students don't appear in the list and then don't receive the meeting link. So in today's session, I'll be showing you how you can use Meet Now, generating the link and then sending the link to the student by email. So to distinguish between the two, think of using the New Meeting button for staff and then using Meet Now for students. So to create a virtual room in Teams, we'll need to look at the Meet Now option. So I'll just click on Meet Now. This will now create a virtual room. So before I do that, along the top is where you can title your virtual room. We're creating an office hours virtual room, so that's what the title I'll give it. Once you're happy with that, click on Join Now. So this is now your virtual space where you can invite students. What we'll want to do first of all is we'll want to manage some of the permissions for this particular room. To be able to manage the permissions, you'll need to click on the three dots in the top right hand side and then select Manage Permissions. What this will do now is this will open up a tab in your browser where you can manage the permissions. As you can see here, these are the meeting options for the office hours virtual room that I just created. So along the top, you'll have the title, followed by the date and time when this virtual room was created. So the great thing about Meet Now, there isn't any time or date restrictions on the virtual room. And then you've got your organizer name, so that's me. So one thing to note, when you do create a Meet Now virtual room, only the meeting organizer can actually amend the meeting options. Now if we take a look at the meeting options, so the option that we'll need to pay attention to is who can bypass the lobby. As you're creating a office hours room, what you'll need to do is you'll need to change the setting from everyone to only me. So what this means is if a student joins your office hours virtual room, you as the organizer will have to admit the student to the main room. So this will allow you to safeguard the meeting, and also it will prevent from multiple students joining the meeting at the same time. So that's really important. Make sure you set the who can bypass the lobby to only me. There are a couple of other settings, but I would suggest to keep them as they are. Once you're happy with that, click on Save. So that's now been saved and you can close your browser. Now we're back in Teams, and what we want to do now is we want to generate the meeting link. To generate the meeting link, you'll need to click on the two links in the top right hand side. Click on that and that will save to your clipboard. So that meeting link has saved to your clipboard, and now we need to paste that somewhere. So it really depends on how you want to advertise your office hours. In this example, I'll show you how you can do it in Blackboard. So here I've got my Blackboard Ultra module site. I'll paste it into the Welcome and Module Handbook section. And then I've just created a text box with my office hours. So to be able to edit that, I'll just click on the three dots, select Edit, and then what I'll do is the link is copied to my clipboard, so I'll just need to right click, click on Paste, and you can see now the link's been created. And now that will appear for yourself and for students as well. So students will just need to click through and they can click on the link and they'll be able to join it. If you don't know how to create the text box, what you'll need to do is you'll need to click on the plus symbol with a purple line, select Add Content, and then you can create your text and then add the link. So now that you've created your office hours virtual link, you can use the same link, and if you want to have a one-to-one with a student, all you need to do is go to your Blackboard site where you've pasted the link, right click on the link, select copy link address, and then you can send the student an email with the link address, or you can just direct them to this area in your Blackboard site and they can click on the Join Microsoft Teams meeting. So now we'll be looking at how you can create breakout groups. I'm sure you're familiar with creating breakout groups in Blackboard Collaborate. It is slightly different in Teams and it is a bit of a workaround, but I'll show you how you can do that. So first of all, you'll need to be in your calendar view, and then we'll select the Meet Now button in the top right hand side. You'll want to change the title of the meeting. So by default, it will always say meeting with yourself. I'll change that to something more relevant to the breakout group. So that's one of the group names for the breakout groups. I'll click on Join Now. And what we'll need to do is we'll need to go into the permissions again for this meeting that I've just created. So I'll click on the three dots, Manage Permissions, and then this will open up a new tab in your web browser. Just make sure you're editing the correct room. Just have a look at the title so I can see it's Group 1. I'm the organizer. And now when it comes to meeting options and who can bypass the lobby, by default it's set to everyone, and this means anyone with a link to your meeting will be able to join without being admitted to the meeting. We'll want to change that to only people in my organization. And that means if students are using Teams and they're logging in with their university credentials, they'll be able to join the main room of your meeting. However, if students click on the link and they don't sign in, they'll wait in the lobby and you as the organizer will have to admit the student to the main room. And then with the other options, you can leave them as they are. And now we'll go back into Teams. And what we'll need to do now is we'll need to generate this link. So I'll click on the two links. That will copy the link to my clipboard, and now I'll need to paste this link somewhere. So when it comes to breakout groups in Teams, you will need to do this in advance to create these links, and then you can share them with the students. So for this example, I'll paste them into a Word document. So I've got my Word document here. I'll just right click and then select paste. And now you can see it says Join Microsoft Teams meeting, but there's no real indication on what the title of this meeting is. So what I would suggest is if you just right click on where it says Join Microsoft Teams meeting and then select Edit Hyperlink, and then along the top where it says Text to Display, I'll just change that to the name of the group. So I'll change that to Group 1 and click on OK, and now that's updated. And what I'll do now is I'll create another group. So I'll just hang up this one and then go back into my calendar, select Meet Now, and then I'll change the title to Group 2. Click on Join Now, and then I'll want to manage the permissions. So I'll just click on the three dots, Manage Permissions, and then just change who can bypass the lobby to only people in my organization. And then click on Save. And now I'll just need to copy the link for the meeting, and then I'll just get my Word document and then paste the link to my Word document, and I'll just edit the hyperlink. So I'll just right click, edit hyperlink, and then where it says text to display, I'll change it to Group 2. So what this does is it helps me distinguish which breakout groups I've created, and then I can share this document with the students. I can send the link to the students by email. It really depends on how you want to share the link with the students. So that's how you can create breakout rooms in Teams. So now the last area that we'll be looking at is the Teams integration with Blackboard Ultra. So this is done through your Blackboard module site. So what we'll need to do is once you've accessed your module site, you'll need to go down to Books and Tools, and then we'll select View Course and Institution Tools. And then on the right hand side, you'll see a list of all available tools. We'll select Microsoft Teams. And what this will do is this will now launch the Microsoft Teams integration. And you will need to sign in if you haven't so already. And when you're signing in, you'll need to use your username at westminster.ac.uk followed by your university password. And then we can create the meeting link by clicking on the button. And now you can give your meeting a title. So I'll just name it as Seminar 1. And then you can give a time and date and then click on Create. The meeting has been created. I will select the Add to Calendar button. and then click on OK. So once you receive the success message, you can just close the tab, and then we'll go back into our Blackboard Ultra module site. And here, I'll just refresh my page, and the meeting will appear along the top here. You can see the Seminar 1 link has been created. If I click on the link, that will take me to the meeting. It's prompting me to open Teams application. You can just select Open Teams, and then you'll be taken to the meeting. So not only will the meeting appear in the course content, it will also appear in the calendar, so the course calendar. So if I go into my calendar, and then if I scroll down, you can see here the Seminar 1 meeting has been created. It will also show in the activity stream. So when students log into Blackboard, they will land in the activity stream. And now if I just scroll down to today, you can see here the event Seminar 1 has been created, and I can just click here to join the event. So when you're creating a Meet Now link, the Meet Now link will not appear in your calendar in Teams. So it's really important you have the links saved somewhere. So if you've posted them in Blackboard, if you've saved them in a Word document, if you sent an email to a student with a link, that's how you would access the link. So that's something really important. Here are some frequently asked questions. Can I invite an external speaker to my meeting? Yes, you can. So it's the same process as you would be inviting a student. You would use the Meet Now, create your link, and then you would send the external speaker an email with a link to join the session. Can students download the Teams application? Yes, they can. So they can download the desktop application on their Windows PC or on their Mac. They also can download the mobile application on their iPhone or Android devices. When creating a Meet Now link, will it appear in my calendar? So anytime you create a Meet Now link, it won't appear in your calendar. So you need to make sure you know where you've stored this link, whether it be a Word document, an Excel spreadsheet, or if you've sent an email to a student. That's how you would find a link, and then you just click on the link and join the meeting. And how many users can join a meeting? So up to 300 users can join a meeting. Once you've reached the limit, if any more users want to join, they'll receive a message to indicate that this meeting is full. If you'd like to find out more information on Microsoft Teams, you can visit blog.westminster.ac.uk/Blackboard help. And then on the right hand side, we have help pages for students and for staff. So if we go to help for staff and then select Microsoft Teams, here you'll find a written guide on how to create a Meet Now link, and also how students and external users can join a Teams meeting. We also have information on the Microsoft Teams integration with Blackboard. We also have a guide for students. So on the right hand side where it says help for students, if you select Microsoft Teams students, this is a guide for students on how they can access Microsoft Teams, and you can share this guide with your students. Thank you for watching the video.